Hey guys, today is very, very different from what you were used to seeing. This is not like my usual videos at all. Nope, I will not be making jokes so much. I will not be soaking myself or showing you my daily life. Today we're starting something new. This is going to begin a series on my channel where I'm planning on covering various urban legends and will fall under a genre I'm going to start doing on my channel more, which is in more of the horror, scary type area of YouTube. And it starts today with shadow people. Okay, so technically nobody really knows what shadow people are. Some say ghosts, others say aliens, and some just believe it's your imagination. But there are some who even believe that they're time travelers. Okay, I will say I don't believe they're time travelers or aliens. Honestly, I think it falls under two of the categories that most people would say they probably are. And that is ghosts and demons. Okay, so first question, what are shadow people? So, I mean, they really do tend to just be a shadow. They have no distinctive features, but they have a human-like figure to them. You can feel their presence without even seeing them. Many people who've experienced this have claimed that they have this unnerving feeling, like moments before they actually saw the shadow person. Now, a lot of neuropsychologists, and they tend to claim that during moments of fear and intense emotion, your perception can get a little foggy and your mind might play tricks on you. That is sort of a scientific explanation for this. Now I want to see if you may have actually experienced something like this without even knowing it. Have you ever been relaxing, watching TV? Maybe you're watching Stranger Things on Netflix, and suddenly, in the corner of your eye, you see something move. Now at first you think nothing of it, but then you remember that you're home alone. Looking over, you see nothing. It's just a wall. Nothing's there. You go back to your show. And a few minutes later, there it is again. This time, you look immediately and you see what looks like someone's shadow on the wall. But there's no one creating that shadow. But almost immediately after you spot it, it's gone. And suddenly you're just back to being by yourself. And the reason you may not realize that this is happening to you is because most people, like I said, are gonna play this off as, oh, it's my imagination. I'm home alone. It's a creepy situation. My mind's playing tricks on me. I'm seeing stuff. Because a lot of people you don't generally see these things when you're in a group of friends or something. But when you're alone, you notice it. So yeah, most people will play it off as their imagination. I know I usually do. However, there's a very likely chance that what you just saw was not your eyes playing tricks on you, but something much more terrifying. Okay, so now you have an idea of what these shadow people look like and kind of what the situation is. Now my brother Alex swears he's had some intense experiences with what I believe are shadow people from the way he described it. Now I didn't experience any of this with him, but honestly, I believe it. There have been times where I've even been in the room and the radio will just randomly switch on, and it not only will it switch on, it will be at max volume, and you may not know it, but my brother's sound system in this room is insane. Like, it'll be middle of the night and it'll just be blaring all of a sudden, and you'll just hear him yell because they're woken up by blaring music. It's terrifying. And so I have no doubt in my mind that this is a very likely thing to happen. But yes, then again, for any skeptics, I know it is possible that with that kind of stuff happening, it's likely his mind could create this sort of, our minds want to justify. So it is likely, yes, his mind might be trying to justify it, but I believe it. But hey, don't take my word for it. Hear what he has to say about it.
Who's that guy? Bill so fly, I got so low tight. Can I put on a clown mask? So I was laying there taking a nap, or I guess I was going to sleep because I had school the next morning because I'm a good kid. And my bro homie, Dry Dog, was sleeping beside me. Like, not beside me. We don't cuddle. Not that. But I was sleeping on the futon. He was sleeping on the bed. And they're set up futon like this. And then the bed runs like that. I woke up. Saw some goober sitting on the end of the bed Ryan was sleeping on, alright? I didn't know for sure if Ryan was still sleeping. Thought maybe he could be sitting up, you know. Huge. I was like, what are you doing, dude? And he was like, didn't say anything. Just kind of turned his head, cocked his neck at me. Looked weird. I was like, what are you doing? And next thing you know, saying I thought was Ryan goes off the bed, jumps at me and like grabs at me, and I kick him square in his face. And all of a sudden I heard the kind of weird sound. Next thing you know, he like dives under the bed. I didn't know where he went. So I was like, Ryan, wake up. And he was like, what? And I was like, someone was just on the end of that bed sitting by your feet and tried tagging me, I guess. And he was like, you were sleeping. And I was like, I was not. And I explained exactly how I knew I wasn't because I was wide awake the whole time, and I could remember it all. Pretty cool. Scary, though. Been a few other weird things. Crazy things. So, we got this radio for my stepdad Father's Day gift. He gave us that radio. He was like, here, Alex, here, Ryan, you guys can use this for him. Because you guys throw lit parties in there, and of course, you need to have good music. Who doesn't need good music? Randomly throughout the night, it would just turn on. And being the hicks we are, only listen to country. Occasionally some other stuff, but mainly country. Randomly in the middle of the night turn on. I think one time it was on like just playing this weird music. One time we even unplugged it. Still managed to turn on. No one can tell us. Mom thinks we're still kidding to this day. I tell you what, I was not kidding though.
This is kind of scary.
Another time, I had this old TV and it sat right over there and my bed sat over here. Whenever I'd be going to bed watching TV, usually I'd roll over, close my eyes. That TV, I kid you not, always managed to change channels, even like cut itself off Dish Network and go to like random cable TV. Could not tell you how it happened. And it would never consistently go to the same channel. It had like 5 channels it picked from, and I can't remember. They all had something scary on them though. Like no joke. All those like spooky shows would happen to come on that TV. I don't think I can roll over in my sleep 9 times out of 10, hit my remote a couple times, and go to the same spooky looking shows. Can't do it. Who knows? It was straight black. Some weird looking hair. It was like Johnny Depp hair, but like down the sides of the face, up here a little more. It was a straight black Slender Man. Call me Great Bambino. I'm gonna play Fortnite.
So something that seems to be very closely related to shadow people is something called sleep paralysis. And yes, it's just as terrifying as the name implies. Many people who experience sleep paralysis remember something exactly like this. They wake up they can see where they are. Other than that, they can't move at all. They can't turn their head to look around. All they can do is look exactly where their eyes are pointed and try and figure out what's going on. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and it's just pitch black, you hear a noise and you can't move. You're frozen. You can't even speak. Someone could break into your house and you have no way to get help. Many people who experience sleep paralysis, when they wake up, it's even worse. A lot of them will see a shadowy person sitting on their chest and it creates a feeling that they can't even breathe. It's so terrifying. Some people are beyond traumatized. A lot of people don't even want to sleep afterwards. It's like in Nightmare on Elm Street when Freddy Krueger shows up and they start taking caffeine pills and drinking coffee nonstop. They do anything to not go back. And as you're laying there and able to move, feeling like everything is about to end and every breath you continue to take is going to be a struggle, suddenly your toe wiggles, then your foot, then your leg, and so on until you're finally back to normal.
To hear my breathing become more and more labored, just getting more and more panicked. And then finally, it's over.
Believe it or not, this is where it gets even scarier. I've watched videos on this topic, and this is always the part where when I see pictures of this and everything, even though they're just illustrations, it genuinely terrifies me. Something about it just feels real. If you haven't already picked up on it, what I'm about to talk about is an entity that many have come across in these experiences. This is a specific shadow person known as... Like I said, it gets scarier.
4 nights in a row,
Like a real person is in your room.
and I'm seeing my fucking intestines coming out. You know, I'm just gonna perch in the corner here.
That happened.
So I start screaming. Parents run in, what the fuck's going on?
Stay awake.